Running has been such a godsend. I can just go my own pace, there's nobody else on the road, and I can think about whatever and kind of get in the zone and meditate, and it's an awesome feeling when I get back home and I just feel refreshed. A little tired, but refreshed, and it's like my whole day's made. Now I can conquer whatever I need to do.
The Road Home program, the National Center of Excellence for Veterans and their Families at Rush, offers evidence-based mental health care to veterans, active duty service members, and military family members. Anyone suffering from PTSD, a mood disorder, depression, anxiety, substance use disorders can come to the Road Home program and receive care regardless of ability to pay and with no out-of-pocket cost.
What we're trying to convey by calling this the Road Home program is that we understand that desire to really come home and live your life, reconnect with your family, reconnect with your community. And that is, I think, one of the things that makes the invisible wounds of war like PTSD and depression and TBI so tragic. It really keeps these warriors from having that homecoming. And I think what we try to do is, there's the more technical terms of like clinically significant treatment outcomes or remission. I prefer to call it healing. I prefer to call it recovery because I think that's really what we're doing. That's our goal.
My name is Sergio Alfaro. I've served in the Army active duty from 2000 to 2004 and also in the Air Force National Guard in 2005. I did a tour of duty in Iraq starting in 2003, where I served as a medic. I remember we were on this convoy. I was escorting the vehicles up back from Kuwait. And as I was driving up there, we were passing through Fallujah, very dangerous place. And there were times of just absolute terror, of fear, because they would mortar us, You slowly become accustomed to it. It's a weird thing to say, that fear. You start recognizing as just another part of life. I understood that sacrifice was going to be at least for a period of 4 years. It could have been up to 8. What I didn't understand was that perhaps that sacrifice was going to carry on past that time, that this was something that could be with me for the rest of my life.
PTSD, it's scary and it's definitely an invisible wound. There are things going on mentally that I don't understand. I just get irritated and frustrated and I just would rather be by myself. And that's not how I used to be. I used to like being around friends and going out and being social, and now I don't. I served during Operation Iraqi Freedom too. We came in after the first rotation that came into Iraq, and I remember talking to a friend recently and he said, "Do you realize that we were the first ones to drive in country? Like, we drove our own trucks up from Kuwait." It's very surreal, and it's also kind of surreal that I'm as young as I am. I'm a veteran, and I'm a woman veteran at that, a female veteran.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going okay. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm doing good.
My counseling sessions, since it's virtual, I've been able to be anywhere I wanted. I can use my iPad or my phone or my laptop.
What's been going on this week with that transition at work?
After that first day of IOP, I just was walking around with the biggest smile on my face, and I was like, a weight has lifted off my shoulders. It was so amazing.
The IOP is the intensive outpatient program. And what it does is it condenses anywhere from 6 months to a year of typical outpatient treatment into 2 or 3 weeks of treatment.
Cognitive processing therapy, this is an evidence-based therapy for post-traumatic stress disorder. And
patients are able to meet with a therapist twice a day, in addition to group sessions, skills-based groups where they're learning about how to manage difficult emotions. We also have mindfulness-based stress reduction together with mindful movement, which looks a lot like yoga. We also have art therapy.
Well, mine's the inside out, how the outside world sees you, like my kids see me as an alien, the Martian manhunter, and my friends and family see me as a, guy who came back from combat, hero slash, warrior, but still is kind of empty inside, a little different, big changes.
We all have a mask that we wear in different situations. So we all have a self that we show the world, and then we all have an internal self that we don't share with the world. And so what the mask making directive does is it allows them to explore and identify and show the self they project to the world and also the self that they keep private. In art therapy, they're often felt heard and seen for the first time or in a long time. And so I think that's really powerful for them and for me.
The biggest turnaround for me was the realization that my marriage at the time would fall apart. I was willing to try anything. If it had the slightest chance of getting me to a better place, then why not? Because what else was I going to lose at that point?
Veterans will come and say, this is my last chance. Like, if I don't make a change now, I don't know what's going to happen to me. And we often have that conversation day one. And that sets the stage for, like, we're not here to mess around, and the veterans that come here, they're not here to mess around, and neither are we.
When you have that kind of love and you're able to identify it, it could be something that it ends up being a reason to, work harder, to try harder. A big part of it was definitely the road home and how they've been able to kind of give us that support.
We made the decision where I told him, your full-time job, because he was in such a bad place, was to get better. But also because I know Sergio, he goes all in. Anything that they offered, he was doing it. But that's what allowed us to get to a better place.
What we do at Road Home in terms of utilizing evidence-based treatment and then coupling that with really robust data capture at every point of treatment, whether it's prior to treatment, during the course of treatment, and then at intervals following treatment, so 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months, we're able to follow someone's symptom severity and see how well they're doing. All of that collective data helps us improve the treatment that we're delivering to make sure that it's as effective as it could possibly be.
To the many people who have financially supported the Road Home over the years, I want to express my deep and sincere gratitude. Your support has allowed us to build a one-of-a-kind, world-class treatment program for these deserving men and women.
Thank you so much for your support of the Road Home program. It allows us to continue to provide this life-saving care to so many active duty service members, veterans, and military families.
Your support now is needed more than ever. With the effects of COVID, with 1 million men and women who are set to exit active duty service over the next 5 years, the need for programs like the Road Home program that are compassionate and effective has never been greater.
So what Road Home has done for me, they've helped me feel like I've put my life back together. I kind of felt like a jigsaw puzzle, like one with many pieces and scattered. They have helped me kind of put some of those feelings together, PTSD and depression and anxiety, and cope with it so that I can live my best life and live successfully with my family. For that, I'm forever thankful.
Road Home was there for us, and because of that, I feel like thank you is such a shallow word now.
I would say Road Home isn't just a gift. I think it's been life-changing. I never imagined we'd be in this place. And I also just don't feel so alone. I love Sergio, he's a great partner, but there were so many times where I just felt so alone in this. And I didn't know how to help him. And that's where Road Home really gave me that opportunity. Road Home really does feel like family.